At the Streamer Awards, this guy, Burnt Peanut, won Best VTuber. And some people didn't like that he won Best VTuber because he doesn't call himself a VTuber. And other people were like, I don't really care that, whether or not he called himself a VTuber. He is by technicality a VTuber, so he's allowed to win the VTuber, Best VTuber category. But I will say I did see like one post that kind of said what I was trying to say on Monday really well. I'm seeing if I can find it really quickly. Basically, because I was talking about how there is a difference between calling yourself or not. There's a difference between being something by technicality and being something in actuality. In the way that like you wouldn't serve someone a fruit salad with tomatoes in it, even though we consider or like you can say that technically tomatoes are fruits, right? And I was talking about this with VTubing. I was like, I think VTubing is more than just that you are a virtual creator, that your face isn't public, or that you have a virtual avatar. There's more to it than just that, right? Like, how connected are you with the VTubing community and the VTubing space? And I also think, how much do you sort of give back to that community, if that makes sense? So, like, I think a lot of people really loved Tyler 1. Even chess streamers love Tyler 1 engaging with the chess community because I think it genuinely did get people more interested in chess. And I've spoken to a lot of chess streamers who stream chess, who have been chess streamers for the entirety of their Twitch careers, and they were happy that Tyler 1 got people into chess because they noticed more people in their chats talking about loving chess, and more people just getting involved in chess, and more people just watching chess streamers across the board. Whereas no one is like going and watching VTubers because they watch Burnt Peanut, right? And the thing is, when I said this on Sunday/Monday, people were like, no, he's a VTuber. That's what he is. He's a VTuber. But like, he even himself admits that like there's more to being a VTuber or calling yourself a VTuber than just having a virtual avatar.
That guy, first thing he says, he goes, make sure you guys go vote Peanut for VTuber of the year.
Yeah.
And then I riff him up with something. I don't know what I say, but everybody knows I don't like being called a VTuber just because it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Doesn't it just mean virtual tuber?
Yo, I don't think so. Every time I play with that guy.
Where he literally says, no, it's more than just having a virtual avatar. Being a VTuber, engaging in the VTuber community is more than just having a virtual avatar. And again, I think it all goes back to whether or not you're bringing something back to that community that you are considering yourself belonging to. And again, I think a lot of people in the chess community, someone mentioned like Gotham Chess glazing the fuck out of Tyler 1. Tyler 1 brought a lot of people into the chess community and brought people a lot of interest in chess. So everyone in the chess community kind of got to benefit from Tyler 1's getting invested. And he treated it like as seriously as Tyler 1 can treat anything and as seriously as he treats everything, where he got really invested and he really tried his best to like get good at the game. And people genuinely did get more invested in chess. Or more people got invested in chess. Not people got more invested. More people got invested. So more people started playing. More people started watching more chess streamers. And he didn't shit on chess streamers while doing it. It's not like Tyler 1 was playing chess and being like, oh, chess streamers fucking suck. Chess streamers are boring, unlike me. Nothing beyond like the amount of average riffing that he does. He obviously has a lot of respect for the people that get invested in chess and get good at chess. Whereas like there's this guy who shits on VTubers relentlessly, as I will show you guys in this clip that just got surfaced. That was just resurfaced. Not resurfaced. It was a clip that he got farmed off of recently. Like, he doesn't care about VTubers. He doesn't respect VTubers. He doesn't treat them with respect. And then he gets this award and then like flaunts having this award.
How do you feel about your chat and fan base being nothing but disgusting towards Iron Mouse after she defended you publicly?
No, good sir. No. You see that? That's a VTuber right there. Listen up, 40-year-old man in a 15-year-old anime 2D VTubing suit. Listen up. Listen real close. It is not my community saying anything bad to Iron Mouse. Maybe here, there, maybe some light comments. But I've heard she's been getting death threats. I've heard people have been saying disgusting things. And let me tell you who that is. That's not the fun-loving bungulator sitting back on his couch watching the stream for a couple hours of work. You know who that is? Take a quick guess. Guess which community that is. It's the community that can't handle that she congratulated us for winning. May I repeat? May I repeat? The 40-year-old men cosplaying as 15-year-old anime girls. That's who's doing that. I swear it. I would place every dollar I've ever made on it. That's how confident I am. 1,000%. I'm telling you, they've dug a hole. If people didn't like VTubers before, get ready for a fucking wave, pal. Get ready for a fucking wave. Because that was, honestly, I know it's not all the VTubers, and I kind of feel bad for the good ones. I kind of feel bad for the ones that congratulated us. Because half that fucking community just made them look like shit. I feel bad for the good ones, like Iron Mouse and those. They don't deserve that.
Saying one of the good ones about VTubers is crazy work, by the way.
They don't deserve that. They do not deserve that, because a bunch of them just made the community look like shit. Not us, pal. Not us, pal. Promise you. Not us. I swear to you, it's not us.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Nails on a chalkboard. Listen, this is just like the audio file in me, but I hate streams where like the audio is so jank that like it goes from I can barely hear you to you're blowing my fucking ears out. Like this.
I've ever made on it. That's how confident I am.
It makes me so, it's just irritating for me. It's so irritating. Anywho, no compression. Yeah. Yeah. I try a little bit to make the stream not be brutal to listen to. But the point that I'm making, and I'm trying to find a good, there was like a really good post talking about like the specifics of being a VTuber by name versus being a VTuber in actuality. And I thought I saved it, but maybe I didn't fucking save it because I'm a fool. I am a fool and I didn't save it. Anyways, yeah. I think a lot of people reasonably were kind of annoyed, even though, you know, Iron Mouse went out of her way to go and defend this guy and be like, yeah, I mean, the thing that's annoying is she had no choice but to do that, because then if she did anything other than that, she would have just gotten harassed and would have been like, well, you're just mad because you didn't win again, because you're just so greedy and you just want to keep winning. You just want to be the only person winning that award. So she kind of didn't really have a choice but to say this and say,
he literally is a VTuber. That literally is the definition of a VTuber, bro. Like, he literally is one. I don't know. That's because us pink ladies, we know what's up. You know what I mean? We like to celebrate people. Celebrate people's success, bro. No. He's a P-tuber. And, like, I have people, like, trying to convince me that he's, like, bad. Be like, look, he said he hates VTubers. He said this, he said that. And all I see are, like, clips of, like, bits of him. Like, I just see, like, clips of him doing bits. And I'm just like, is the hatred in the room with us? Like, where is it? I do admit, maybe I could have worded my tweet differently. I feel like people got mad that I said that I was cringing, but I was just being honest. It's cringe. It's cringe to see people fling blind hatred at people, and it's strange to me. And it just reminded me of all the times this whole thing with Peanut and seeing everybody like get mad that he won the VTuber award. I just felt like I was being transported back to when I won Creator of the Year and everybody was flinging shit at me. And I'm just like, bro, I just won an award, dude. What the fuck?
Cries and let's party in the
Holy
old
shit.
way.
you should see your latest clip talking about it, Denim. Oh, I haven't seen that there's a new one. If you have the link for it, please send it over to me.
Or in Space Nodders.
It's the same shit. It's the same exact shit. And it's just like, I can't see myself doing that to people. I just can't.
Okay. Oh, is this one? Maybe. I'll look at this later. Okay. Wait, I was trying to find, I really can't find it. It was this like massive effort post on Twitter. And it was like a long ass fucking essay that this person put together about, how they feel about him having won. And man, I just really wish I could find it, but I guess I can't. I guess it's gone forever. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, I would really, really love for you to link it to me, but I just thought I saved it and I fucking didn't. But that's okay. But yeah, the TLDR is just like, the VTuber label means something beyond just you are a virtual content creator. And when Iron Mouse is put in this position where it's like, well, she has to be cautious because otherwise she's just going to get harassed for like being so greedy. She wants another award for VTuber category again. What does the V and V? So this is what I mean, right? Like words mean something beyond their descriptions. because language is, it's not as easy as we want it to be. Hence the conversation about chairs, which is why I showed this clip, which maybe you just missed it because you're just tuning in now. Isn't he a virtual peanut? I truly don't get it. This post. There was a longer post, and I'm just not going to find it, but that's okay. He's literally a VTuber by definition. This is a stupid take. You're not going to catch me on the typical hill of words are just words. No, words have meaning given by people contextually to evoke an image. P isn't a VTuber. He knows this. You know this. He knows this. And his fans know this. And it's this clip again. One sec. This is what I was trying to talk about before all of these other clips surfaced, by the way.
First thing he says, he goes, make sure you guys go vote Peanut for VTuber of the Year.
Yeah.
And then I riff him up with something. I don't know what I say, but everybody knows I don't like being called a VTuber just because it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Doesn't it just mean virtual tuber?
Yo, I don't think so. Every time I play with that guy, first thing he says, he goes, make sure you guys go vote Peanut for VTuber of the Year.
Yeah.
And then I riff him up with something. I don't know what I say, but
It's like he even is capable of recognizing, again, no, there's a difference between having a virtual tuber and being a VTuber, right? Hold up. Open. This is a great way to put it as well. It's the distinction between a biker and a guy who owns a motorcycle. And I think the biggest and most important distinction to make, or the biggest and most important thing to like consider, and that's why I compare it to Tyler One being in the chess community or being in the chess category for the Streamer Awards when he was getting really into chess. He was giving back to the community. Like people were getting invested in chess because of his work. People were seeing positive things happening in their communities because this guy was getting into chess and giving a bunch of credence to chess, right? Whereas like this guy, he doesn't even like VTubers. He doesn't like getting called a VTuber. And he's even capable of saying, no, VTuber isn't just like you're a virtual tuber. That's not, no. Yeah, that's like the most surface level definition, but that's not what that is. It's more than that. Sea-Dog is more part of the VTuber community, but he's not a VTuber. Yeah. Being a bit of a centrist here personally, how would you frame the award category to not include Peanut? I mean, someone who says that they don't consider themselves part of that community probably shouldn't win that award or even be included in there. Probably. This discussion does not pass the driver buzz test. Neither does the conversation about We Are Charlie Kirk. Where was the 30% vote panel then? I don't know. We don't know the details of any of that shit. I'm just talking about like, there's a difference between talking about something in a conversationalist way and talking about something in like actual adjustments or changes to the award show. I think it's too impossible to make the award show actually the fairest or most fun or most like, I think people are always going to be upset about some shit, so I don't really care how the award show is run. I'm just talking about the discussion on whether or not someone is or isn't a VTuber because I think discussing that stuff is interesting. That's all. I think the actual award show is not that interesting. I don't think that anyone needs to give a shit about that. I'm talking about like the conversation around these things. And the conversation I think is more interesting than this stuff is, right? Wait, there was something that someone wrote. There was something that someone wrote that I really wanted to read. One sec. What is the difference there about bikers versus a guy who owns a motorcycle? Bikers are a specific subculture. A person who owns a bike can use it just for transportation and not engage with the subculture. Precisely. I think the who wrote this original statement? Who wrote the original? Dude, Major Zero, you nailed it perfectly. You nailed it fucking perfectly. You like literally, you like clocked it. It's such a good analogy. I get it now. Because this is like, I don't really give a shit who wins the award. I really don't care. It really doesn't matter to me at all. It's an award show. It doesn't mean anything. It's literally just some random ass award being put on by a streamer. I think it's an impressive show and it's impressive to put together something that crazy and that like high budget, but I don't actually give a shit who wins these awards. It's like really doesn't matter. But that's why this is happening. Well, yeah, but you can have an interesting conversation about something that doesn't really matter. Like, great example is that one Vine of like, she came down in a bubble, bro. Like, the actual topic at hand doesn't have to matter at all or have any cultural significance, but you can have an interesting conversation despite that. Grow up, bro. This one.
Hold on, this is my favorite. Hold on, her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister? A princess, a wicked witch of the east, bro. I'm gonna stab him. You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong? My favorite she wore a crown and she came down in a. I'm fighting with you. Grow up, bro.
This is such a good. This is such a good way to describe my personality, honestly. I just like, I think it's fun to talk about and get into heated discussions about things that don't matter, okay? It doesn't need to, Wicked Witch of the West doesn't need to matter. It doesn't need to fucking, the Wicked movies don't need to matter. The Wizard of Oz doesn't need to matter or have significant, you know, impact on anyone's personal lives for the conversation to be interesting about whether or not the Wicked Witch of the East is a princess or whatever. And it's the same thing here. It's like, the award show doesn't have to matter. These streamers don't have to matter, but it's a conversation that I think is interesting. That's why I want to have it. So people are like, why do you care? It's like, I don't know, because I like to argue about everything all the time because I think talking is interesting and fun. That's it. I don't know. It's not that. It's really not. Yes, agreed. Fake arguments over dumb shit with no stakes are so fun. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean, dude. It's like people feel the need to have something matter for it to be talked about. It's like, what the fuck? You've never gotten in a discussion about what fucking favorite fictional character you have and why they're better than a different one. Like, come on. Come on. When we talk about make sure to talk to people with different opinions, this is what we're talking about. Yeah. How dare a just chatting streamer just chat? People argue about what superhero would win in a fight of all time. Yeah, like, can you imagine going to like an argument or a conversation two people are having about whether or not Superman would beat Goku and being like, why does this matter exactly? Like, I don't understand this mentality of like, it's a joke. Why are we going on about this? It's like, huh? I don't know, because I wanna? Because it's an interesting conversation? I don't know. Yeah, that's a stupid argument. Goku clears. That's it. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. It can just be because we can. Because I have free will. So I would like to talk about the definition of a VTuber and what it extends to. I have the free will to discuss whether 100 gorillas, could beat one Godzilla. I have the free will to do that, you know? The topic doesn't have to be some crazy, insanely deep conversation for me to enjoy it because I have whimsy. Because I have been blessed with whimsy. Anywho, moving on. No, I've seen people that give more of a shit about Goku than their own kids. It's different though. Denim's the first B-tuber, the first bitch-tuber. So real. Okay. What was I trying to talk about? Yeah, this is the exact point. The VTube community is a subculture and Peanut doesn't engage with it, actively denigrates it. It's like, I don't know. I think that the guy saying like, and it's really funny because I got soft canceled for making fun of like the really annoying VTubers, the Nazi rat one and the Kirsch person or whatever, because they're like awful people. And then I made fun of the people who watch those people. Like, the thing is, you can have all the respect on the planet for, like booby streamers, which I do. I love booby streamers. I love hot tub streamers. I can still call their audiences gooners. I can have the utmost respect for Morgpie and be like, yeah, some of the people that watch those streams, those people are gooners. Like, it doesn't take away from her as a content creator. It doesn't take away from her as a person. Like, it doesn't have to. And it's the same thing. It's like, dude, if your entire follow list is just VTubers that pretend to be children, you're probably a gooner. You probably are. You probably are. Just because there are some people in there that don't do that content doesn't make you less of a gooner. Aren't you a gooner? Yeah, that's why I said in that clip, real recognize real. Because I'm making fun of myself and I'm making fun of them in the same breath. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's people just got offended on that one. But moving on, Morgpie actually has really impressive skills. I mean, yes, correct. Yes. What was I gonna say? Usually how our fans self-identify. It's also like, I don't know. I think you should be able to poke fun at yourself or poke fun. You should be able to poke fun of yourself at yourself if you want to poke fun at other people. And I'm happy to poke fun of myself. So I don't really like. I think people just want to be mad. I think people just want. So I understand. I get that, right? But like, this guy actively shits on the VTuber community, wins the VTuber award, and then gets mad that people are mad. And it's like, what? Okay. It's like, if you don't. And it's so obvious that when we talk about VTubing or the VTubing space or the VTuber community, it's a very specific subculture of Twitch. And it doesn't mean that everyone has to fit into that category well or perfectly. But when you're actively shitting on that community, it's like, you're kind of like not necessarily part of that community, right? It doesn't mean that everyone has to have like an anime girl as their fucking model to be a VTuber. But I would hope that you would at least not shit on the community while you're in the community, getting defended by people in the community. This is why I bring up the Tyler One Chess thing. It's not like he spent his time shitting on chess streamers and being like, doing nothing but denigrating chess streamers while he was playing chess. He was making fun of the people that were like, you're never going to hit 1,000 rating. You're never going to hit 1,200 rating. You're never going to hit 13, 14, 15. He made fun of those people and then he owned the shit out of them. But anywho. Did he deny the award or did he take it anyways? Dude, the fact that he didn't deny the award was kind of low-key. 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 Soy. Soy beta move.
100,000.
Soy beta move. Low key. Low Kirk. Sorry. Low Kirk. But anyways, also his chat was so gross towards every woman on screen during the awards. Yeah, that shit, I could not stand that shit. I could not stand that shit. If he really didn't want the award, he could have refused a nomination like the dev of Mega Bonk. Yeah. But anywho, I'm just glad that Cutie removed the Valorant category. For real. Oh, God. Okay. My brother who watches Peanut says no one ever talks bad in his chat. LOL. Yeah, right. It's also like, can I just say, that's such cope and seethe. It is such cope and seethe and mauled and bald because I will tell you, the worst experiences I have playing Arc Raiders are with people that dress like his community, the blue helmet and the red like jumper. That is the worst. Those are the worst people to run into. I always kill those people on sight. They're terrible. They're terrible people. They are. And you are. Your community is a measure of you. My brother says this is just how gamers are. I mean, he's wrong. He's wrong. Dude, I ran into these one gamers and they were like, I had the most fun experience yesterday. I was having a rough couple of, I was trying to do the trials and I kept getting second and third party and I was like, whatever, I'll just do this at a later time. But I will say, I was like, you know, I'm just going to go to Salamanca and just go kill some people. I'm just going to go have some fun, go to the sweaty try hard map and go sweat. And I ran into these people and they were having so much fun. They were like, we see you. We're going to get you. We're going to fuck you guys up. Oh, are you out of shields? I can tell. Like, they were having the time of their life. They were having the time of their life. And they're BMing the whole time. Like, they're actively shit talking, but they're doing it in a way that's like fun. And they're actively like, I just shot you and you didn't have shields because your shields ran out. Are you ready to lose? Like, they were having so much fun. We did get their ass, though. We did get their ass. They did lose and they were like, GG, good job. Like, this idea that you can't shit talk and still be a whatever's the opposite of a sore winner. You can't be like a positive person to be around. You can absolutely shit talk and not be cringe. But these people are cringe. These people are a good sport. That would be, yeah. They were very gracious winners. After doing so much shit talking. And they were like, no, GG. Please kill them. I actually was wearing that outfit until they ruined it and I switched. Yes. Have you seen the clip of the guy getting downed in Arc Raiders and he was screaming, Charlie saved me before his friend blasts, we are Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Oh, God. I'm not saying it has to be toxic positivity all the time and that, I'm not saying every experience has to be positive because I did have an experience and I feel so bad because sometimes the most wholesome people are like, they're a little cringe. This one guy was like, oh, bro, you're getting shot at. I got you. He was trying so hard. He's like, yeah, so like, this is the route if you're interested for like getting money in this game. And he's like explaining the game to me and he's trying so hard. He's like, are you going to do the expedition? I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, cool. Well, yeah, I think this is a really good route. And I was like, I know this guy is worse than me. So I'll just let him take all the loot. And he's like, yeah, like, how much stash do you have? And I was like, 4.4 mil. And he's like, oh, yeah, I only have 2 mil. And I was like, I know. I can tell. But that's okay. You loot your heart away. Sweetie. I will defend you. It's okay. But he's just having a good time. You know what I mean? He's just having a good time. Some of the people in that game are great. But I'm down for shit talking. Just do it in a fun way. You know? I like a good, healthy shit talk. I like some good, healthy shit talking. But when it's just like the same thing over and over and over again, so boring. It's so boring. Okay, moving on. That's all I wanted to talk about on that. There was another post that I wanted to read that was more specific, that was kind of interesting on like talking about the difference between just having a VTuber model versus being a VTuber. But I lost the post, unfortunately, so it doesn't really matter. It's fine. But yeah, I do think like, man, the vibes are like pretty rancid right now. I will say, I do think like Burnt Peanut fans are a little bit in shambles, low-key. Low-key, I do think they're in shambles. After that clip of him being like, VTubers are all 40-year-old men in 12-year-old girl bodies. It's like, or I don't know, maybe your community is harassing a little bit. And instead of doing that, you should just say, hey, I don't endorse this behavior. Don't do that. This one VTuber talked about it and said, I don't really have a deeper opinion on this matter in any way, but I was wondering why in yesterday's stream I had a large influx of people coming into my stream calling me fat and a man and other derogatory comments. I like the idea of getting called a man being derogatory. I know the point that they're making is like suggesting that like all VTubers are old men tricking people with voice modulators or whatever. Mind you, this rarely happens to me. Is this a coincidence? It's like, I'm sorry, that's when you are being told that like someone is getting harassed and any of it is potentially due to you, you should just, if you actually care about that person not getting harassed, your only goal should be denouncing the harassment, right? Your only goal should be, yeah, that's not okay. Obviously, I don't stand by it, and I would be very surprised, honestly, if a lot of those people were even coming from my community. But obviously, again, if you do that shit, you're going to get permaban. That's weird behavior. That's weird. That's weirdo behavior. Chill. That's weirdo behavior. And that's all he had to do. But instead, he went and took a different direction. And oh, surprise, more random women online getting harassed. It's like, it's so annoying. And I feel bad for the people that watch Burnt Peanut because a lot of them probably are like, when you aren't woke, you have a harder time spotting certain, let's call it like red flags, okay? And once you become woke, there's this woke tax on everything where like you can immediately spot a weirdo from a mile away. Like you can tell just from like 5-10 minutes, you're like, no, yep. Mm-mm. But when you don't know, you just don't know. Yeah, a good one is, for example, like anyone who uses the word female, it's like, does he do that? I didn't say that. I just said a good example of a litmus test is someone who says the word female. It's like when they hit the hard female, it's like, interesting. All right, let me close some of this shit. I have a billion tabs open. Oh, what was I going to say? Whereas I think a lot of people who like kind of got the vibe from this guy, it's like you could tell immediately like, oh, dude, another like 40 clips are going to come out that like are going to put a bad taste in people's mouth. And then exactly that thing happened. And it's like, yeah. And it sucks because I think a lot of people think that means that you're never allowed to do any shit talking and you're never allowed to have any riffing. And it pisses me off because you can do that. You can absolutely riff and you can absolutely do like the dark woke or whatever without being cringy. You know what I mean? They explicitly plan this to piss off the VTuber community. Look at Shroud Burnt Peanut. I haven't looked into this at all. I saw like a post a little bit, but yeah. Anywho. It's kind of like low Kirk. I could tell the vibes were bad with Quinn 69 or whatever. I could tell the vibes were bad. So when that one clip came out where he was talking about like, you're asking for it if you wear a skirt this short, I was like, yep, totally makes sense that guy would say that. Totally makes sense that guy would say that. Could spot that a mile away. Yep. Yeah. Not a shocking revelation. Guys' vibes have been fucked forever. Yeah. I've watched Peanut multiple times. I've never seen him or anyone in his community say anything bad. I've only seen them riffing on Peanut, honestly. Well, it's possible as an idea that you don't get a chance to see it because it's not happening in a way that you are watching for. Try, how do I explain this in a way that's easy to access for anyone? I'm trying so hard because I want to bring something up, but it's like, I know it'll get clipped if I talk about it, so I don't want to talk about it. I will talk about something I already talked about. It's not a big deal to talk about, which is, have you seen the post of the person that screenshotted his chat? And we even went and watched the VOD of him and his chat during the period of time during the Sapphire Awards. Like half the chat is just calling every single woman on the screen an OnlyFans whore and saying this is the whore award. This is the biggest slut award. I have not seen that. Yeah. I literally watched his segment on it because I wanted to be as fair as I could. And I wanted to be like, maybe he does try and curb it. Maybe these people get timed out. Maybe he tried to like say like, hey, watch the chat. But he doesn't say anything. Because he doesn't care that it's happening. And it's like, I understand you're not going to catch every single message, but it's like at any given point, pause and it's half the messages on the screen. I understand you're not going to catch every single message, but like, come on. When it's half your fucking chat messages, you can't say anything. You can't spend 20 seconds just saying, can we fucking chill? Whoa, chill. I get you. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. Yeah. That's why I stopped watching him, TBH. And I would just tell you, it's so annoying. This is why Twitch was so inaccessible and why it still kind of is a little inaccessible for women for so long. There were so many streamers when I was getting into Twitch, because I got really into Overwatch and I got into the Overwatch League, like watching and stuff. And I was so invested. And there were so many streamers I literally had to stop watching because they would have like a woman on their team and they would just be like, yeah, lol, make me a sandwich, bitch. And it's like, there were so many streamers. I'm not joking. I literally had to stop watching them because they would see a Mercy on their team and be like, oh, is your boyfriend boosting you? And I'm like, okay, all right, dude, like, come on. Can I just watch like a stream without having to see this shit in my fucking... I literally refused to play Mercy because of that. Like, I literally refused on principle after the Mercy buffs or the rework. I refused to play her. I was like, fuck this. I'm never playing her. And like, there would be a couple times where I would play with friends and they'd be like, oh, could you play her right now? And I'm like, I'm not talking on mic. I am not going to talk on fucking mic. And then I became a tank main because you're allowed to be a tank main as a woman. But occasionally, sometimes I would play with friends and they'd be like, oh, dude, our team really could use a Mercy right now. We have like a Pharah that's like actually doing well, but she just needs a little more support. Can you play? And they were like one tricks, like a McCree and like Winston one trick. And I'd be like, fine, I'll play her, but I'm not talking on mic. And it was literally every stream. It was like every large male streamer, at least at one point, made a joke about whether or not their Mercy was getting boosted by their boyfriend. And it was so fucking annoying. It was so fucking... There were so many streamers I literally had to stop fucking watching. What about Widowmaker? I'm already... And there was only like a handful of streamers that I kept watching because they were the only ones that weren't toxic pieces of shit. Where they would riff and they would shit on other people and they would shit talk, but they just like there was one streamer that I really liked. And there was this one guy that was like screaming about the woman on their team and he would not shut the fuck up. And this streamer that I actually like was like, hey, how about you fucking stop sucking ass and we can win? Because I don't know how to tell you this. It's actually not the chick on our team that's fucking bottom fragging, you moron. And then he muted him and he played the rest of the game. And like, that's all I'm down for shit talking, dude. I'm down, man. I want people to get chewed the fuck up. And it's not that hard to just curb the misogyny in your stream. Just a little bit. Just a little. I used to play a lot of Overwatch and Apex. I just had to refuse to use comms because it was so fucking annoying. I wasn't even a support player. Dude, for real. Have you seen Autumn's recent Valorant clip that does just that? Put some incel misogynists in their place with her skill. It's 10 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah. That's like every competitive game ever, though. Does that mean you just stop playing, though? Huh? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Because if you're trying to say every single competitive game or every single competitive shooter has misogynists in it, what are you going to do? Stop playing? You've misunderstood what the conversation about. The conversation's about whether or not streamers can do anything to curb the misogyny in their audience while still shit talking. You're talking about a different conversation if that's what you're responding to. I'm saying it's possible, and I've watched streamers do it, and it's also not that hard. It's actually really easy to do unless you don't care. Obviously, there's always going to be toxic people that play video games. I don't really give a shit about that. I'm saying that like the community is influenced by the creators, and the creators get to choose to make the place worse or better. Streamers at least set the culture of their chats 100%. Also, it doesn't mean we shouldn't advocate for less toxicity. And the thing that's annoying is I don't even mind toxicity. I like toxicity. I like toxicity. I like being a toxic gamer. I want to be a toxic gamer. But like, can we do more than just like scream the N-word or make kitchen jokes or like sandwich jokes? Or it's like, it's just so boring and played out. It's so boring. And the worst part is I think the thing that pisses me off the most is it doesn't even make sense. What do you mean I killed one of the stupid blue helmet red jumper? I 1v3'd and then I said, you guys suck. You guys are ass. And this guy said, yeah, well, you're a woman. Doesn't that mean you just got twice owned because you just got beat by a woman, you fucking moron? The fuck are you? What? Your insult doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't even make any sense. You just owned yourself more. What the hell? I don't even understand. I'm down for some toxicity. Can we just make it interesting? Can we just make it a little bit interesting? Can it just not be the most repetitive, boring garbage, like bigoted trash? Like, is that so hard? Is it just so difficult to have like interesting insults, original insults once in a while? You're expecting them to have a large vocabulary question mark? Yeah. And the thing is too, I don't know if I'm just brain broken. I think I talked about this before. The happiest I ever was playing Overwatch was this guy was shit talking me And this guy, like, this was actually the happiest, one of my happiest Overwatch moments, because I was eating shit. I was just having a really rough Reinhardt game. Sometimes you just struggle. Sometimes you just have a bad game. You know, it is what it is. And I was just really, really struggling. And I think she was like shit. He was like, you fucking suck. Switch to literally anything else. You are so garbage. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. You're 3 and 5, fuckhead. And then he went in so hard on me. He insulted, like, he literally, if I was not in the state that I was in that moment, a weaker person would have ended it all, because he like went after my entire existence. He was like, you should fucking uninstall your fucking monitors off. You are literally the worst person I've ever fucking played with. You are so ass. You need to play anything except for this. Please get off the fucking video game and stop losing everyone around you, Elo. And you know what made me so happy about all of this? He didn't make a single gendered insult. Not even once. And I was like, I am ass. For real. You're so right, man. You are so right, King. You are right. You are so correct. Honestly, genuinely. Honestly, icon. Honestly, icon. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. I'm just asking for some toxicity that doesn't rely on stupid. It would be like you're playing a game and you hear the insult like, yeah, you're playing like a real man. It's like, huh? What? It's just not funny. It's only funny if you're a moron and don't know what actual insults look like. You're playing like a real sack of nuts right now. It's like, what? You were giving authentic toxicity. Life is, I know. Ah, it was so amazing. Anyways, playing like a man, overconfident and underskilled. Okay. It really does not take that much energy to like curb your audience a little bit and curb your community a little bit. And it's very odd. And like, I feel like I saw this a mile away and I was like, dude, this is like one of the lazy cringe people. And they're like, I'm just a gamer. And it's like, no, you're just an unfunny gamer. All right. You're pretending like you're just a gamer to, you know, brush off the criticism, the valid criticism, and you're pretending like the only reason that you're getting criticized is because you play FPS games like a real FPS gamer. And it's like, no, dude, you're getting criticized because you're annoying. That's why you're getting criticized. And you're pretending like it's for these other reasons. And I saw it. I was like, he's going to foot and mouth himself. I'm sure that he will. And then he did. And I was like, yeah, the most oppressed minority. Yeah. But that's what I want to talk about on that front. That's all I want to talk about on that front. Oh, I saw this one as well. Comment section of this post told me Peanut downplayed his own community's toxicity. Even me, a fence sitter who tried to defend Peanut last week and getting roasted by some of his followers, my own followers, is getting attacked and insulted. You've proved the more loud VTubers and VTuber fans completely correct, and me further wrong. Keep going at it with the insults, smears, and threats of doxing. You will continue to vindicate the ones who reacted strongly last week. And it's just all their replies making fun of this person. And it's like, yeah, dude, I've always said since day one, dude, at least just be funny. At least be funny. I get so happy seeing some of the replies in my Twitter mentions sometimes because someone really stupid will say something. And you guys type the funniest shit. You guys type some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life to these people. And that's what I want. That's what I want. Oh, God. Anywho. All right.